Hey YouTube, how the heck are we doing? My name is Foulplay and today we're going to be going over some tips and tricks on how to deal with Karklek Shaman. Now Karklek Shaman is a 1 mana red creature with the activated ability of sacrifice an artifact to heal 1 damage to each creature with flying. So as a Bogle player who avoids targeted removal, you can imagine that this is quite a problem for the deck. So this is a similar deck list to the one that I've been seeing running around online. It's got Frogmites and Mirror Enforcers in it. Those aren't the big issues. Basically, the way the deck operates is it plays some cheap artifacts like Blood Fountain, Chromatic Star, and Inklet Wellspring. It'll go ahead and sacrifice its Star and Wellspring with Reknar's Bargain and Deadly Dispute, which is the main one. So sacking it causes them to draw 2 cards. And then they also get to create a treasure token with Dispute, but not with Reknar's Bargain. That's a life gain effect. In addition to this, it has interaction like Galvanic Blast, which mostly gets pointed at our face, and Metallic Rebuke. Now, Karklek Shaman is actually only a one-of in this list and most of the lists that I've been seeing online. Some of them have an extra copy or two on the sideboard. This one does not. But we did say before the deck churns through itself very, very effectively, and it's quite easy for them to find it. So it is possible to potentially exile this card from the graveyard and deal with it. They do have Blood Fountain, which they can sack to return 2 creatures from the graveyard to the hand. So that's where the graveyard interaction comes in. Potentially removing the Shaman and stopping them from using its active a second time. We should also note the presence of Chainer's Edict, Diabolic Edict, Devour Flesh, sacrifice effects like that, which are always going to be an issue for our deck. Alright, so the first option I came up with was to give our creature protection from creatures or protection from red. There's no protection from creatures effects at common printing, so but we did come across these 2 protection from red effects. They're effectively the same card. Mask of Law and Grace being 1 mana, Crown of All being 2, Crown of All with an activated ability, which you're pretty much never going to use effectively. These are 2 suggested contenders for graveyard interaction. You might have them here for other decks, and if you've got a spare slot or 2, they could be worth bringing in. We do, however, have a better option. That option does not include using a Pithing Needle type effect, because I couldn't find any of them at common either. So what we can actually do is give our creature flying, and it's just not going to take the damage. Seems pretty straightforward. So here's some contenders for that in white. So Angelic Gift, ETB, draw a card, enchant creature has flying, does not give any stats. Then Call to Serve and Nimbus Wings, both are effectively the same, one of which gives Angel typing. But we're a Bogle deck, and white is a splash, but we can effectively, if we rearrange our mana base, have access to any real color. So we have access to blue auras as well. So On with the Wind and Spectral Flight are effectively the same aura, both of which give 2/2 and flying. Spectral Flight having the spicier flavor text. Cartouche of Knowledge is the one I'm particularly interested in though. ETB of draw a card, enchant creature gets 1/1 and flying. So unlike Angelic Gift, this one's actually going to give a stat to our creature. And it sort of fills that void that a card like Spirited Companion, where it's a cantrip, it's an enchantment, it still buffs your Ethereal Armor, your Ancestral Mask. So I really like this option. It helps us churn through our deck as well, which is never a bad thing. As we noted before, our opponent does have Edict effects, so it's going to be important to keep copies of Cartouche in the main deck, Cartouche of Solidarity. Knowledge is the other one we're going to be rocking. Young Wolf, which is a sideboard card with Undying, and a different option as well as Jungleborn Pioneer, which is a 3 mana creature, which is pretty attainable for the deck to get to. So 2/2 creature with a 1/1 hexproof body. This creature could also be nice in post-edict effect. You top deck the creature, and then you play this one, you get the hexproof token, you have edict protection, and you also have a hexproof creature, right? In addition, you should also note that my current sideboard is quite greedy with red and blue elemental blast, so I do actually have a mana base to support all of this. I'd like to take my time to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and informative. If you'd like to see more tips and tricks videos in the future, or if you'd like to see the gameplay and a deck list, including Cartouche of Knowledge, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, and then you can check out that video. Thanks very much. Have a great day.